Good morning, everybody. So Friday, yeah, made it through another week, and today is another super cold day. So no walking with the whippets today. It's far too cold. Literally looks like it snowed. But that's we took them for a walk last night, and I didn't get a chance to pop the footage in of the lights round the corner. So after this bit, I'll slice that in because they're just so special, and they raise money for local families who are suffering with cancer. So yeah, it's a really lovely thing. So I've been busy this morning. I've been cleaning bathrooms, changing sheets, all that sort of stuff. I try and do my household chores on a weekday so that my weekends are free for sewing, of course. But let's crack on and do the advent calendar. So day 8. Is that right? Oh no, is it 9? I think it might be 9 actually. Oh my word. Let's have a look and see of yesterday's question. Yes, so it must be day 9. Oh my word. Okay, so 9 is this little lovely one here. So, oh dear, losing the plot. Okay, so question of the day. It's a sweet one. Where did I meet my husband and how did I propose? So thank you, lovely lady, for this suggestion. You're a very common commenter on my channel, and I love you for it. Mwah. So how did I meet my husband and how did he propose? So back in the day, there was these things called pubs that everyone went to as youngsters, and I was one of them. So as I was approaching sort of 18-ish, we used to go to a pub called The Bull in a lovely little village called Ticehurst, or Three Leg Cross actually is where the pub is and still is to this day. And I was part of a group of friends. Do you know, I really feel for youngsters these days because they don't have and they don't go to pubs to socialise and mix and mingle, and that is how I met my sort of adult friends, not least my husband. So I do feel for youngsters these days. But anyway, we were regularly at the pub, like almost every night actually. This was in the gap between me finishing my A-levels and going off travelling, which is another story. But yeah, so I was from 18 onwards really, and Chris was part of that set, and the first time I met him he was dressed as Daffy Duck, because it was I most frequently saw him on New Year's Eve, and in those days it used to be a fancy dress party which was really good fun. So Daffy Duck, and then I met him or knew about him dressed as a schoolgirl, and I think that was on one of his significant birthdays, which I forget which one it was, but basically he'd been set up by his mates and they had a stripper, and yeah, it was a bit of a scene but good fun. And then so he was just part of that set really, or sort of in the peripheral, and my best friend was good friends with his best friend. Sort of lovely story really. And then as the friendship evolved, yeah, Chris and I went out for an evening on our own, and we had been very close. The four of us were very close friends. We used to go swimming together and all sorts of different things. It was just great fun really. And as we were driving along, it was just me and him. He declared his undying love for me, which was really sweet. I had already booked a ticket to go around the world, so on my own. So I must have been about, yeah, I was 20 by this stage. Just after my 21st birthday, I was going off travelling. So we actually started dating in September. We're talking a long time ago, girls and guys, 1994, something like that. Chris would be going, that's not right. But it was a long time ago. And then a friend of ours said, well, why doesn't Chris meet you somewhere? And that was a stroke of genius. So thank you, Gus. I know nothing about Gus these days, but that was his idea. So I went off travelling, and we wrote letters. Yeah, no, actual letters in envelopes. No internet, no mobile phones, occasional phone calls, and actual real letters to Poste Restante, the major post office, which I don't even know if exists these days. No, post office do, but the letter thing, you could just basically write to a post office anywhere in the world, and then I'd go and collect it. But anyway, yeah, so we stayed together, and he came and met me in Sri Lanka, and we travelled across India together, and then we lived together at my dad's house for quite a long time, and we got married in 2001. So we've been together a long time. He proposed Yesterday I think I mentioned my favourite place, one of my favourite places, a place called Dartmouth in the West Country. Hello Dartmouth. And we went to this lovely pub called the Cherub Inn, which is a really sweet pub, and he booked us a table, which was really lovely, and then he just went really quiet and pale. So I leaned across and went, God, I thought you were going to ask me to marry you then. For a moment he went, I am. So yeah, so literally then the waiter came over with the bottle of wine and he proposed and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, mwah, to my husband. He is my rock and my world. Get a bit emotional there. He's seen us through a lot, and he's a very, very kind man. I'm probably not good enough for him, to be fair. He's seen me through a lot, which I love him for dearly. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I'm going to get off to work. I hope that's all right. Bit deep, bit meaningful there from me today. And I'll catch you up later. Have a good day. Hello. So it's in the evening. Oh, I'm having real kisses here with Alice. Thank you, darling. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, moving the camera around. Thank you for all the lovely feedback about my dress that I was making yesterday. So shorter is definitely the way to go, according to you all. So I appreciate and value your feedback on that. And I'm pleased to report that yes, I have chopped it. Haven't I, Alice? We're doing that this afternoon, won't we? Yes, so I've made it much shorter. So I shall give you a big reveal later, because I think I'm going to wear that out to dinner tonight. I have also made the Stevie jumpsuit, and I'm going to pop some footage in next to this, I should think, about a few snippets I was talking about when I was making that. But just a sort of short interlude. Hello, Ali Boo, from me and Alice. Oh yes, thank you, Alice. Perfectly timed. I'm just tucking in to watch some Baker That Sews on her Vlogmas and just catch up with a few minutes. I'm going to have a packet of crisps. And then I'm off out to dinner tonight. So my husband's new work, he only started there last Friday or last Thursday. And we have been invited to their Christmas dinner at a lovely pub in Mayfield called the Middle House. So all my local watchers will know exactly where I mean, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. So I've moved on to a different project. So I've moved on to the jumpsuit. So you remember this beautiful fabric just from a couple of days ago. So I'm quite far away. I hope you can hear me okay. Let me just adjust the set, as we say, on my chair. The chair, the gas has disappeared in my chair, so I disappear. So this lovely fabric, and I was umming and ahhing, wasn't I? Because I have got a dress that I'm making in a few weeks' time, hopefully for my Christmas day. And I saw this fabric and thought, oh, I really want to make that. But I love a jumpsuit, so I could declare I have cut this into a jumpsuit. Now I'm making the Stevie jumpsuit. I'll pop the stock photo there. It's the same as the brown one I wore the other day. And when I put that on the other day, I was like, oh, I so need to make more of these. I think I've made, so I've got the brown one, I've got a green sort of funky retro one. I'm sure I've made another one, but I can't think what it is. But I love the construction of these this jumpsuit. It comes together really quickly. I know a lot of you are thinking, say, what? Jumpsuits don't come together very quickly. In my world, I guess they do. So you basically make the trousers as if they were standard trousers. So you do the slant pocket, you put the pocket bag right sides together, then you flip that to the inside and you put the pocket facing on. You then do front pieces of the trousers together, back piece of the trousers together, and then you end up putting the top. So if I fold this over, you got the back top bit of the jumpsuit, and these are the legs underneath, and you attach the front legs to the front bodice at the waist seam, and then the back bodice to the back legs, and this is the back here. So imagine if I stand up, so that's basically, you can see that's the waist seam there, and then you've got the legs. So basically you make the front as one piece and the back as one piece, and then you sew them down together at the side seams, all in one, and incorporate the waist ties into the side seam, which is just a stroke of genius. Yeah, just makes such a lovely neat finish, and such a lovely wearable garment. So I'm going to crack on and do this. The only thing I will say about this fabric, now that I'm working with it, it is super thin. So this is a summer weight jersey. It's actually semi-sheer really if you put it up to the light. So if I want to wear this in the next few weeks, which I obviously do, I will be wearing a vest and probably tights underneath. So I'm not sure how that's going to work in terms of sticking to my legs. We'll have to see. I mean, I am going to be inside, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it's so much more lightweight than I could ever imagined. But look at this fabric. I just love it. I love the colour of it. So I'm going to crack on and sew these. Just wanted to do a quick piece to camera. It's going to go very badly because I'm holding it with my hand and my microphone's in my hand and all sorts of things. But basically what happens is you've got the bodice top and the trousers, and you sew those together, and then you basically put onto the bodice side, you sew on some elastics. There's nice thin elastics. It's only a 1/4 inch, actually I think I've got 1/2 inch here, and then you basically flip that up so that it's going up towards the bodice, and then you'll see here that the elastic is encased into that sort of seam allowance, if you like, and just makes it super comfortable to wear. So yeah, and I love it, and then you can't see it. Now granted, this isn't a raw edge because this is finished independently, actually, because I've serged mine. It would be a raw edge if you hadn't got a serger, but just love that as a feature. See, that's what it looks like from the outside. Just really nice finish. Just super. And then on the inside, yeah, just nice and neat. So yeah, very pleased with that. It's always like that. It's not my sewing, it's the instructions. Okay, so here we are, the evening, the hair is done, makeup is on. So let's see, what did I go for with my outfit? So I'm going to swing the camera around and I'm going to give you a quick reveal. Okay, so here she is. I made the jumpsuit and I'm wearing the jumpsuit. So I have made the dress as well, but the deciding factor was that we've been warned that the pub we're in has got an open fire, so to wear something not too hot. As I explained earlier, this is the thinnest jersey known to man, so that was the deal breaker for me, and I thought I'd give this a go. So what do you think? Obviously it's made in the fabric I showed you earlier in the week. Some of you thinking, I can't believe you've made a dress and a jumpsuit in a week and worked and walked the dogs and just lived your life. It's all true. I have done this. So this is the Stevie jumpsuit by DIBY Patterns, which is Do It Better Yourself Club. So there you go. I am. Yeah, that's Daddy talking to the dogs in some random voice in the background. There you go. That's how we live our lives. So I hope you like my jumpsuit. Tomorrow I will be revealing the adjustments to the dress, and thank you once again for all your lovely comments. It's so lovely to have so many of you here. So please, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and could you give me a like please? There's got to be a way of making this the YouTube man like my channel more, because I need more of you in my life. So please do whatever it takes to help me make my channel even more successful. But I hope you have a lovely evening, whatever the Friday evening is bringing to you, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow.